So, yes, Ayushi, please tell us about yourself.
My name is Ayushi Shukla. I'm from Raipur, Chhattisgarh, and I have completed my graduation in BCom. Thereafter, I have pursued my LLB, and I have also completed my master's of law in law.
Okay. So, Ayushi, why you want to be a judicial officer? You have done your LLM. Why you have not chosen academics as your career option?
Ma'am, I have interest in academics, but my priority has always been judiciary. As being a law student, I think that is one of the best opportunity that I can get, and I've always been inspired by the judicial officers, and I always aspired to be one. So here I am.
So, what kind of inspiration you are talking about? Can you throw some light on that?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, while I was very young, my mother is in the was in the prosecution office. Matlab, she's actually in the SP office currently. She's in the rank of sub inspector, and I had an opportunity to visit the court when I was very young. And that time, I had already known about judges. I have saw that in the drama, but when I saw it for real, the authority the judge hold, the responsibility and the trust that people hold in him, that truly inspired me very much, and I always wanted it for myself.
Ayushi, what was the topic of your dissertation?
Ma'am, it was about the role of law in controlling media.
Okay. What are the, can you tell me about the media law?
Um, I'm sorry, ma'am. Right now, I haven't recently revised it. I'm sorry.
रिसेंटली ऐसा केस बता सकते हो जिसमें मीडिया ट्रायल हुआ था एंड उसके बेसिस पर कन्विक्शन हो चुका है?
Um, मैम, मीडिया ट्रायल तो मैम अभी रिसेंटली बहुत हाईली हुआ था इन द सुशांत सिंह राजपूत केस, बट मैम कन्विक्शन उसमें नहीं हुआ था. सॉरी मैम.
So, Ayushi, have you read Constitution?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me, what is the golden triangle?
Article 14, 19, and 21 together make the golden triangle. For any any law, to to check if it violates the fundamental rights, the test of the golden triangle is it has to generally pass the test of the golden triangle.
Can you tell me what is the golden triangle for environmental law in Constitution?
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay. What do you understand by locus?
Ma'am, locus is basically the right to sue for any subject matter. It actually means, like, if I am going to a court to sue any party, then what right I hold against that party to make that stand. That is locus.
When was the first time when this word locus was discussed in court? In which case it was done?
Sorry, ma'am.
रिमांड से क्या समझते हो सीपीसी में?
CPC में.
और कहाँ दिया हुआ है?
Um, Sorry, ma'am.
फॉल्स एविडेंस एंड फैब्रिकेटिंग एविडेंस, इन दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस है?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, false evidence is basically when a person appears in the court of law and gives evidence, statements which he knows, believes to be false. That is known as giving false evidence. Whereas fabricating evidence is basically creating evidence which is not in the first place in existence, but fabricating it and putting it in place, that is creating it in order to incriminate another.
तो फैब्रिकेटिंग एविडेंस एंड फॉर्जरी में क्या डिफरेंस है?
Ma'am, forgery is specifically related to document, any fabrication done in the document, whereas fabrication of evidence could mean like putting jewelry in a box. That, I mean, anything. It has a wider scope than forgery, fabricating of evidence.
Are you sure that this is the only difference?
Sorry, ma'am, in my limited knowledge.
Okay. What is the difference between accomplice, approver, and co-accused?
Okay. Ma'am, an accomplice is a person who has, ma'am, we come across this word in 306 of CRPC. So basically what I understand is an accomplice is a person who has been convicted together and has confessed to his crimes. Whereas a co-accused is a person who has been accused there are more than one accused, then all the accused together will be called co-accused, in reference to the other. And whereas an approver is mainly a person who, sorry, ma'am.
Divorce.
Sorry.
Hi Ayushi, how are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm good. Thank you.
Ayushi, as you mentioned that you have completed your LLB in media trial, right? In this
LLM.
LLM.
Yes, sir.
What is media trial?
Yes, sir. So basically, it is whenever a very high profile case is going on in the court and the media interferes and tries to, I mean, conduct their own proceedings and come to a decision on themselves by gathering evidence and doing their own debates and all that, and that creates a prejudice in the mind of people, as well as judges are also humans, so that is basically what is, I think, media trial is.
Is there any case which you can relate with the media trial?
Yes, sir. So as I mentioned, the Sushant Singh Rajput case, there was a heavy media trial in that case. Everybody was.
Okay, what is the status of Sushant Singh Rajput case right now?
So, sorry, sir.
Is any leave granted to the accused?
So from what I know, sir, in the case, the accused persons have been acquitted, and the court rooms. I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware properly.
As we all know that when there is a dispute between general law and special law, so general law definitely not going to prevail, special law going to prevail, right? Where it is mentioned in the law, in which act it is mentioned?
Sorry, sir.
Have you heard about advanced degree?
So advanced?
Degree.
No, sir. Sorry.
You're comfortable with CPC?
Yes, sir.
What is garnishee order and how we execute the garnishee order?
So it is provided for under Order 21, Rule 46, A, B, C, D, A, and it is a garnishee is basically a person who is the debtor of the debtor, and the court orders the debtor of a debtor to basically not to hold the from paying the debt, and the court orders the garnishee to execute the debt as per the order of the court.
So what is notice to garnishee?
Yes, sir. So actually, yes. Under 46A, it is provided that the court will give a notice to the garnishee that he will not pay the debt to the debtor. Instead, he will do it accordingly the order of the court.
Okay. What is the status of section 1, article 311 of the Constitution?
So, which article?
311 of the Constitution.
311 of the Constitution. I'm sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall it.
And what is status of 106 amendment?
Yes, sir. So it provides that women will have reservation in 1/3 reservation in all of the. So sorry, sir.
Is reservation is horizontal or vertical?
So from what I remember, it's horizontal.
Okay. What is something that we always that what is the reason for your preparing for judicial examination? What is the reason that you're preparing for judicial examination? Because in law we have various fields. Why you wanted to become a judicial officer?
Okay. Isa, as you mentioned, there are a number of options, career options in the law field, and however, a judicial officer is considered one of the topmost position that a person can hold being a law graduate. So that is one of the reason. And as I mentioned, I have been very inspired by the responsibility that a judge hold and the trust that people have on him, and I aspire that to be myself.
Imagine there's no situation like judicial officer in lower judiciary. and they would be a practicing advocate or academic. So what will you going to choose, practicing advocate or academics?
So academics.
Reasons?
I have an interest in academics, and that is one of the reasons why I pursued my LLM. Therefore, I think I would rather choose academics over advocacy.
Okay. Are you comfortable with the constitution also?
Yes, sir.
What is difference between writs and PIL?
Okay. So writs are as provided in the Article 32 of the Constitution, writs to the Supreme Court, and 226 of the Constitution, writs to 227. I'm sorry, sir. Writs to the High Court. There are a list of writs. There are only namely 5 writs which can be made. Whereas PILs, there is no restriction. It could be for any cause, for any reason. It has a broad perspective. That is mainly one of the reasons. One of the difference.
Have you heard about zero FIR?
Yes, sir.
How it's different from FIR?
So an FIR usually needs to be filed where the offense has actually occurred in the jurisdiction of the court, where the offense has taken place. Whereas a zero FIR can be filed at any place, and it will be reported back in the jurisdiction, and that will be the responsibility of the of police. And that is one of the convenient way to file an FIR.
Okay. When Chhattisgarh has been formed?
So in the year 2000, 1st of November 2000.
Okay, and can you tell me about some tribes of Chhattisgarh?
So tell me about
Tell me about tribes of Chhattisgarh. Tribes.
Tribes. So there are more than 40 types of tribes in Chhattisgarh. The most populated tribe in Chhattisgarh is the Gond tribe, and they are located in different parts of the Chhattisgarh, and they practice their own culture, and they are.
Okay, over to you, Shivani. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What are the recent amendments in Negotiable Instrument Act, Chapter 17 के अंदर बता सकते हो आयुषी?
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay. NIA किस तरीके का लॉ है?
Ma'am, it is a civil law. However, उसका जो Chapter 18 है, that is specifically of a criminal, that holds a criminal liability.
अच्छा, मुझे ये बताइए, रूल ऑफ प्रीपोंडरेंस और प्रोबेबिलिटी ये क्या होता है?
Ma'am, basically in civil law, the burden to prove issue is on the party who asserts on its existence, and whereas in criminal liability, a fact needs to be proved beyond reasonable doubt. In civil cases, it merely needs to be proved on the basis of preponderance of probability, which means that it should be proved that it is in existence. Merely the fact that it is in existence would be sufficient to.
Can this be used in case of dishonor of check?
Sorry, ma'am.
अच्छा, मुझे ये बताओ, what is Section 73 of Indian Evidence Act?
Section 73 of the Indian Evidence Act talks about public documents. So, ma'am, I'm so sorry.
अच्छा, मान लो अगर हैंड राइटिंग का एग्जामिनेशन कराना है, ठीक है, क्या कोर्ट, ट्रायल कोर्ट खुद उस हैंड राइटिंग का एग्जामिनेशन कर सकता है एज एन
Yes.
एक्सपर्ट?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it is provided for under Section 73 of the Indian Evidence Act, and it allows that a court, if required, may call upon the witness and take a sample of his handwriting and compare it for itself.
So, we'll end your interview here, Ayushi.